One question I get a lot is, what's the difference between a petroglyph and a pictograph when we talk about the term rock art? One of my favorite places to see petroglyphs is in New Mexico, at places like Petroglyph National Monument. Most of the petroglyphs we see today were made a long time ago by the ancestral Puebloans, or the ancestors of today's Pueblo people who live in the region. There are thousands of petroglyphs at Petroglyph National Monument. Petroglyphs aren't unique to this region, nor to the ancestral Puebloans. You can find them worldwide, from Algeria and India to Ireland and Australia. But let's stay focused on New Mexico for now. What is a petroglyph exactly? Well, a petroglyph is when the surface of a rock is scraped, picked, incised, chiseled, or in some way removed so as to create an image or design. This is all a fancy way of saying a rock carving. The word petroglyph literally means stone carving. Petra means stone in Greek, and glyph to carve. When you remove the surface of the rock, you expose lighter rock, which is why you can see the image that's been carved into the surface. It hasn't been exposed to the elements on the rock face, which has caused the surface to darken over time. Petroglyphs aren't just beautiful decorations. In areas like New Mexico, they had and have important meanings. For many indigenous peoples of this area, they're connected to their ancestors, and they possess sacred power and cultural memory. And the same is true of pictographs. Now, a pictograph is also an image or design made on rocks, but it isn't carved into the rock's surface. Instead, a pictograph is painted onto the rock. Pictograph comes from the Latin word pictus, or painted, and the Greek word graphy, or writing. Here, you can see an amazing pictograph of handprints and a star painted onto a rock at Chaco Canyon around the year 1054. It's pretty special because pictographs don't survive as well as petroglyphs. Why? Well, the paint often fades or disappears entirely over time because of its application to a rock's surface. Just imagine all the pictographs that we can no longer see. Our understanding of some cultures would be altered if more pictographs still existed. This one at Chaco likely shows the documentation of a supernova event, which tells us that the ancestral Puebloan people there studied astronomy. Both petroglyphs and pictographs are examples of rock art, but now you can spot the differences between them.